over 6 hours of watching three women making wrong decisions. And at the end of the day, they didn't really come to a conclusion of, getting married or being in a relationship. If I want to rename this movie, I think one thing I'll call it is Bad Decisions. Join me as we review this movie by Omoni Oboli, which I'm a very big fan of. Last year, single.
Chima is going to propose tonight. Get out of here!
Why do you think he's going to propose?
He asked me to get my nails done. That's it. Yes! I want a destination wedding.
Oh,
that's it.
Are you going to Dubai?
No, that's cliche. Mauritius.
Mario's cheating on me. I'm coming for you, bitch.
Did you at least try to...
Try to what?
Try to flirt a little?
Ew, no. He has a pot belly and he even smells like Oha soup.
Why the hell would you come to my office at 13 Nora? Huh? I just came to say I'm sorry. I want to marry you.
How much is this ring?
Excuse me?
I beg, take your ring. Nobody proposes with costume ring. Here.
No, you can't do that. Honestly, this is criminal. You can't touch me.
Excuse me, stop it.
Criminal. I'm a criminal.
Seems like we're always going from one breakup to the next, to the next, to the next.
Stop it!
No, I'm not.
What do you guys want? Husbands or woke men?
Oga, that question is not up for debate. I need me a woke man because I can't stand a traditional man at all.
I don't mind a traditional man.
Girl, you don't mind anything else.
You don't want anything that you start. You just want marry.
And so last year's single talks about, three ladies who wanted to get married. From their discussions in the movie, I could conclude that they were 30 or above 30. And there's this African pressure with ladies when they get to 30 or above, where that, society puts a demand on them to get married. Or ask them, why have you not gotten married? But I think, in recent times it's changing. But so the movie features three ladies, Afua, Belinda, and Tamara. And so Tamara is the one that is really interested in this marriage thing. Interested to the extent that she graduated from university 9 years ago, and the only thing she has done with her life is to work in a man's house. So she dated this guy for 7 years. So for the past 7 years, she was just taking care of the man with all her potentials. Her mother was wealthy. She didn't do anything. She just wanted to become a homemaker. Just wanted to get married, take care of her husband, have children, be nice to them, and, all that. Then we had Belinda, who didn't necessarily care about marriage, but the wedding, the glam, the social media post, what it would look like or sound like to have like a glamorous wedding, just to increase her social status. So she wanted to get married to a rich man, as you would have guessed, because she was actually getting married because of, the idea of it. Then we had Afua. Afua wanted to get married, but she didn't really care that much, as we see in the movie. What her care was for was mostly improving her blog. And so she didn't have any moral standards. Anything that she could do to improve her blog, she would have done it. This is a side note, but somewhere at the back of my mind, I was just, waiting for her blog to blow up. I thought that would happen in the movie. Even when she said some bad things about a celebrity manager, the celebrity called her to take down the post that he's going to give her a gig for 1 month. I was really happy about that because I saw progress in her career. So yeah, to review this movie, I just want to touch the lives of these three women because they are the protagonists in the movie. So let's go to the first woman, Tamara. Now, fascinating things about Tamara is that, which is the same fascinating thing about each and every one of them, is that she made wrong decisions upon wrong decisions. She loved blind Leslie. First of all, I think the problem started even before the movie started. The problem started, according to Bayo, he said 4 years ago, and they were in the relationship for 7 years. So the relationship actually lasted for just 3 years. And so I knew that relationship was going to end. Immediately, she decided that she was going to confront Nora at Bayo's office because, like I said, bad decisions, and she had bad friends to, accompany her in that decision. Because the guy, first of all, was not vested in her. He was just looking for the nearest excuse. Even before he said it in the movie, I knew. Because you wanted to hug your babe, or your babe wanted to hug you, and you're telling her, oh, you've not bathed, or the same person that made you food that you ate that morning. Do you understand? So she just made wrong decisions. The another fascinating thing about Tamara is she met this driver, which we find out at the end of the movie that I don't know whether he's a serial killer or I don't really know. I don't know whether that was him. We would need like a season 2 to confirm that. Also, just a side note again, I didn't know this was a series. I thought it was a movie, especially with like the advertisement and everything. But I just had to watch it till the end because I had already started, and I was thinking about it. It's just 30 minutes, and before you know, I finished 13 episodes of almost 30 minutes. I didn't really like the fact that it was a series. At episode 3, I had to like put it to 1.5. Going back to Tamara, so she met this driver that started a relationship with her, like cordial relationship with her, when she wanted to confront Nora in her boyfriend's fiance's office. Nora being the person that Bayo was cheating on, being the person that her boyfriend was cheating on. You get? And so this guy seemed very smart, he thought things through and he gave the right advice. He was patient with her to an extent. Sometimes he told her blunt truths, but he was just there for her. And I kind of feel like one thing that she took for granted was, some of the things that the guy said. You get? And also, if she had known some of the things the guy was saying, she would have, been better off for it. Then also, love is blind, but at least have people that have eyes, because she had her mother there. Even though her mother was saying it in a very harsh manner, but she was saying a lot of things that made sense. Because in my opinion, I don't really think it's a wise decision to just become a liability. I don't think she was a liability, but just be there, make things easy for the guy. 247, you're there, more dependable than God, but that's a joke. But you get the point. Now, that's all it is for Tamara. I think maybe at the end of the movie, she'll probably get a job and, start living for herself. And also at the end of the movie, Tamara, I think, is the only one that started having sense in the movie. Next, let's move to Afua. So, Afua is the blogger that I talked about in the beginning. Afua necessarily, I don't know, they get the craze. One highlight for me was, when Victor's cousin came from Abuja, and I don't know what he told her. This is da. The signs were obvious, girl, that this guy just wanted to, he just wanted to have a one-night stand with you. But for some reason, she believed him. Do you understand? Then another thing is that, aside from that scene or that side of the story, she acted like the smartest person in the movie. Then she also acted like the mediator. She was always siding her friends. Like, she was never angry with any one of them. Like, she was always there. Like, when Belinda and her boyfriend or her fiance, when Belinda's fiance hadn't thrown her out, she was, talking about 7 years, why was I not getting married to you? But after they threw her out, she was talking about the fact that, why would he even throw you out? She was just supporting her friend, and she was also supporting I said Belinda, it was supposed to be Tamara. Yeah, she was also supporting Belinda. Do you get? Then also, no matter how much anybody advised Afua, she was never going to leave her blog. Neither was she going to change her ways or go back to her job as an architect. I mean, I can understand. I studied architecture. You get? Can't really understand. Now, on to Belinda. Belinda also kinda seemed like a smart person because of like how she had gotten in her career. But there were just some things that I don't know what happened to her, but like things like being too petty about that proposal or something. Somebody actually like she had a real man in her life, in my opinion, but she just let him go for superficial reasons. Like, I'm not saying it's not good to be intentional about the kind of ring that you used to propose to your, partner, but that should have not been the highlight. As in, they propose to you and you start talking about the ring, and you call him later to tell him that you can. The ring is not even the problem, because now we have to talk about the wedding. You get? Then aside from that, she had a high school or childhood friend that liked her and was also good for her, but for some also superficial reasons, she let this guy go. Then lastly, she wanted to sleep with her client's boyfriend slash side chick or whatever, and that didn't just, personally, I felt that didn't really seem right with her character. Do you understand? Because that's not what those kind of people do. You want to get somebody that is wealthy, but who knows? I want to give credit to like the cast of this movie, Omoni, Oboli, Toni, and Bimbo, Ademoye. They really did an amazing job portraying these characters, and Bimbo Ademoye really acted so well, especially because I heard that this movie was acted, not even heard, like you could see it, because we had somebody like Kabiri Fubara who died in 2021. You get? So that's a pointer to the fact that it was a very, very old movie. But I really think that there's some things that were really relevant. Also, the fact that they talked about relationship, they talked about love, they talked about, the dating scene in Nigeria and the way the thing happens, and, the whole Africa vibes made it kind of timeless, because the same thing that's happening then is still happening now. Do you understand? And I also think that's why the stories were very, very extensive. They wanted to really like touch a lot of things, things that I really didn't think that were necessary, like Tammy going to the bar and sleeping with one guy. I don't think it was necessary, but maybe because of the kind of story that they actually needed to portray, they wanted to just show the realities of what happens in dating scenes in Nigeria and Africa as a whole. They had to add some of those scenes. Even when Victor's brother slept with Afua, I didn't really think it was necessary to the story. Do you get? Because it didn't progress or diminish what was happening in her life. It just passed in her life. Do you understand? Generally, I think it's a good movie. Do you get? Generally, I think it's a good movie. But maybe if it was shorter, I would have enjoyed it better, because I didn't really like the fact that it was so long. If you calculate 30 minutes times 13, is over 6 hours of watching 3 women making wrong decisions. And at the end of the day, they didn't really come to a conclusion of, getting married or being in a relationship, because the title of the movie was Last Year Single. On the last year, they were still single. Do you get? Then also, as I'm going to end this review, this is good advice and it's a reward for people who stay to the end. So if you watch this movie and you probably have the issues of picking a partner in real life, because the movie just showed you the bad side of it, and maybe you wanted to know the good side of it, there's a book I read. This book is written by an expert in love and relationship who also happens to be my pastor, Pastor Tolu Oludapo. The name of this book is In Pursuit of the One. Maybe one of these days I'll review the book, because I read this book, I loved it. I gave my copy to someone, and I even bought a copy for a friend of mine to tell you how good and how much of an ambassador I am of this book. They didn't give me anything, but since I love the book, I'm always talking about it when it comes to the subject of love and relationship, and most especially picking a partner. That's what the book is, In Pursuit of the One. So I'll put a link in the description below on how you can purchase this book, and if you have any questions, you can chat me up on Instagram and ask me. My Instagram handle is increase.undo. So yeah, In Pursuit of the One. There's also an Instagram handle for the book, In Pursuit of the One, or you can check Tolulope Oludapo on Instagram to purchase the book. It's really helpful. You get? It's forwarded by our lead pastor, Apostle Man Aaron, and there's a lot of good reviews. Need not to say much. Please do also watch the video on your screen if you loved this one I just made now. Have an amazing day.